Yes, sir. Yeah, that's right. You thought there was an engine in this? Well, no. This is the Ford F-150 Lightning, and this is the first F-150 that's all electric. Let's check it out. All right, guys, so this is Ford's long-awaited 580 horsepower, 775 pound-feet of torque F-150 Lightning. The last time we seen one of these, it was about 2 decades ago with that supercharged V8 motor that they put in them, but now it's all electric. And can I say, it looks good. There's a little bit of differences from the current F-150 to this, and obviously you can see it basically with that light bar going on, different kind of wheels, and of course the tail light. But other than that, it's still all F-150. It's all pretty much the same on the outside looks of it, but the inside is where the difference is. All right, so inside the F-150 Lightning, we have this massive screen that Ford blesses you with in this trim, especially the Platinum trim, where you get your Sync 4, which is good for your wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And then on top of that, being that you have this massive screen now, everything is controlled through here. You have a pretty nice camera system instead of that stupid half of the screen being used for the camera. You actually get the whole screen being used here. 360-degree camera, and then of course you have your front camera, and then you can change it around with, if you want to see 180 degrees, see what's going on in the bed, or what's going on behind you. So, not only that, but you also have all the different kind of hitches and towing accessories that you have. You also have the Pro Trailer Backup Assist like you do in all the other Fords. And then, of course, my favorite, this is the onboard scale. So, let's go ahead and straighten out the wheels. And then you get this cool scale right here, so where you can actually see how much weight are you actually loading up. This is for the payload right here. So the max payload on this is about 1,600 pounds. On the smaller battery, you can do about 2,000. So this right here, this is a good configuration to show. And then also you have the zone lighting, which is pretty awesome. Turn that bad boy on. And then you can actually turn on all the zones for the F-150. Pretty cool. And another thing about the Lightning that I almost forgot to mention is that you also have massage seats. So, in the rear of the F-150, you still got plenty of room for the legs, the head, and if you got kids, no problem. You got all the charging ports down here. You have the car plug also right here. And then not only that, but you got the heated seat function for the back seats. Not only that, but you also got this nice shelf, this nice little cubby that you got down here. A good spot for your shotgun if somebody's trying to steal your truck. So how much change when you get into a Lightning? You get a different emblem, you get a Lightning on the back, your tail light is a little bit different, but you have electric powered tailgate back here. So not only that, you still get your regular stuff back here, the workstation that goes along with the tailgate step, You get your 5.5-foot bed, and that's standard across all models. Can't get anything bigger, smaller, or anything like that. 5.5 is what you get. You get your 7 kilowatt charging station back here, of course, with all the lights that you get. And, of course, being that it's electrically powered, it goes right back up. All right, so in the front of the F-150, this is where it's all different. Not only with the light bar that's going across, but you got this massive frunk going on up here. You have a massive amount of space, cubby storage for the extra charger, or not the extra charger, but for your charger. You also have another charging station up here, and you even have the little battery that controls all the electronics that goes right in there. And according to what Ford says with this picture right here, it says you can fit 2 golf clubs. So perfect for all you golfing guys who likes trucks. All right, so you might start wondering, okay, where do I charge the truck? Well, it's not here, like in the regular F-150, but no, it's up here. You simply press this, and it just pops right open. But then you might start wondering, well, what if it dies? What if it runs out of battery? Don't worry. Ford has kind of a complicated way of getting this thing up and running. So, of course, you pop your keys out from the key fob, put it in the handle, get the door open, and then there's going to be a little lever that you can pull on right here. It pops up the frunk manually, and then from there you can go into the frunk area, and then there's a little string that you can pull, and then it pops this open, and then that's from where you can actually charge it. Or you can pull up the little spot where the battery is in the frunk. It's just a little simple slide up, and bam, there you go. However, let me just say also, Ford doesn't recommend you doing that. They actually recommend if you need to jump your truck, you go over here. And what do? You have to unclip this whole thing right here, pop it out, and then there you'll see the positive and the negative for you to jump it. Which is so complicated because the battery's just right there. So, all right, so taking the Lightning on a drive. This is my first time driving this thing. I'm kind of scared because these are super expensive, but I'm ready for it. Let's go. Golly. Man, these electric trucks are getting more and more fun the more you drive them, you know? 580 horsepower and 775 pound-feet of torque in this thing, and you feel it. You absolutely feel it. This truck is almost similar to like the Tesla that I drove the other in the other video, and if you haven't checked that video out, please go check it out. It's pretty quick, pretty short. Kept farting, it was gassy. But yeah, in this truck, it has none of those, you know, playful things in it. Yes, you do have a couple accessories here that you can, you know, sketch and doodle on. No games, though, that you could play, like, with the steering wheel or anything like that. And no farting sounds. But in this truck, it's pretty much all F-150, you know? There's nothing really fun about it. You know, yes, the power of it is insane. But there's nothing really more to it than that. You know, it's just a quick, super quick F-150. This truck has the Blue Cruise option in it. And I think in the Platinum, it pretty much comes standard. And the Blue Cruise is technically supposed to be, you know, kind of a thing where it drives itself. But I was trying it out earlier on the way over to the garage, and it's kind of useless. And here's my point, okay? I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Technically with Blue Cruise, it's supposed to drive itself, and all I'm supposed to do is just look at the road in front of me, and these sensors in front pays attention to my eyes. But it's telling me to keep my hands on the steering wheel, and I'm like, okay. I put it back, I take it off again, and now I'm just sitting around looking, all right? And I'm looking at the road. I'm not looking anywhere else. I'm looking at the road. And there you go. It's telling me to keep my hands on the steering wheel again. And that's kind of useless because the Fords already do that with the regular adaptive cruise control and with the lane centering system. So it's like, what's the difference between that and the Blues Cruise? I said the Blues Cruise, but the Blue Cruise. There's nothing different, and it's kind of a useless feature now. But who cares if the car could drive itself when you could drive it yourself? And golly, whatever. People might be wondering, what's it like to actually daily drive this thing? You know, it feels like a truck. It drives like a regular truck. It's not crazy. You don't really get that much attention in it, which I kind of like. And then you also have this insane power of speed. But yeah, for those who's wondering what's the towing capacity of this thing and what's it gonna be like actually owning this truck for daily use? Well, on a max charge, this will do about 320 miles to the charge, full battery. However, if you are towing something, yes, it will drastically drop it. And yes, if you're charging something, it will drastically charge it. Well, not drastically, it just all depends. Here's the problem. So they're saying you're gonna save a lot of money on buying these electric cars and buying these electric trucks and all that stuff. And that's good, that's great. However, the amount of money they're charging for these kind of things, it's hard to see where you're saving the money. Because for the same, well, not even the same amount, but for a cheaper version of this truck, I can get a hybrid F-150. And if I do that, I will extend my range not only past 350 or past 320 miles, but I'll be able to do close to 800 miles on a power boost F-150. And I could save way more money doing that than getting an electric truck. So why do that? But here's the reason why you might want to do that. And it all depends on how you use your truck and how your day goes, pretty much. If you are somebody who's driving about 10-20 miles out to go to work or go to your favorite business shop or whatever the case is, this is a good truck for you, because at that point you can go around, not have to really worry about charging your truck or gassing your truck, and then you just go home and charge it in the garage. So the Ford Lightning, should you buy it? Should you wait on it? In my opinion, I feel like it's best to wait on it, only because the electric market is just not where it needs to be right now, and it's just too overpriced. And that's my opinion.